Welcome back, Central Valley Foodies. Today we have a very special guest, Eddie Wutangsy of My Guy Market in Fresno. Eddie is being called the Mr. Beast of Fresno, and we're going to talk to him about his deli, East Coast style inspired deli. So, welcome, Eddie. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing,
Good.
Jordan?
It's a pleasure to have you.
Likewise.
Excited about this all week.
Thank you.
So I watched your podcast recently at All Aces. Good stuff. Learned a little bit more about your business model and the food you have. You know, I just from Instagram and everything, I've been watching everything and been eyeballing it for a while. And I'm a big fan of East Coast style food and subs and culture and all that. So I was really excited when I got to watch all that stuff. So My Guy Market, you guys are off Belmont, 504 Belmont, is that correct?
Yeah, 504 Boys, Belmont and Broadway, or if you want to be exact, Belmont and Roosevelt. We're right there on the T Street. We're right across the street from a liquor store called Gateway Market. So don't get those two.
So it's pretty close.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of funny,
Yeah.
but I love the people out there at Gateway Market. They take care of me. I take care of them and all that stuff. But yeah, we're right there, Belmont on Broadway or Belmont and Roosevelt, just to be exact.
Okay, good stuff. So you are born in Spain, I understand, and your parents migrated from Laos.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting wild ride to where you're at now in Fresno. Can you maybe talk a little bit about that? I want to get a little bit more about your background.
Yeah, well, my parents, the fact that they changed cultures 3 different times in 3 different continents of the world is pretty eye-opening. I haven't really know much about my family's history, much about it, but just some of the little details that my brother, my sister, or my dad would tell me about. But I mean, yeah, I come from a family that's all over the place, and that's where I'm always all over the place too, with My Guy Market and all of that stuff, from showing face to all the catering orders, or like being at the kitchen and showing my face, or gotta be just all over the place. So I get a lot of that from my parents, you know what I mean? We never really had a comfortability place to stay because we're always moving around. So that's why my mind's just going in.
Willing to move around a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm willing to and all that stuff. So it was it's definitely a journey. And especially with me too, like I haven't jumped from country to country like my parents, but I moved all over Fresno. I grew up a lot in the east side of Fresno, by McLean area. Central area, North Fresno, a little bit of Clovis, all of that stuff. I went to 3 different elementary schools. I went to 2 different middle schools, and I went to 2 different high schools. So I guess like
change is very.
I'm
normal.
all around like so.
Change is very normal for you.
Yeah, big time for sure.
Yeah.
So very acquainted with change.
Yeah. So I was watching the All Aces interview on the podcast, and I learned that your dad is kind of a badass in the food scene, the Fresno food scene.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And you kind of followed in his footsteps, essentially.
Which is kind of funny because I technically didn't want to follow my dad's footsteps. It just kind of fell in my lap, honestly, just because when I first started my career, I was actually a busser, dishwasher, all of that stuff. I started from the bottom. I took out the trash, washed the dishes, I cleaned toilets and all of that stuff. So I came from very humble beginnings. But the only reason why I had the opportunity when I started cooking, it wasn't because of my dad. It's because I just didn't want to do the job that I had. So because I knew that I was worth more than just taking out the trash and washing dishes. So what did I need to do to get out of that position? I just told myself, like, listen, like, you got to really work your ass off to really make sure where you want to get to. So that's what I did. So it took me about 6 months to finally get the recognition that my boss seen of the work I was putting into. So he finally seen the work I was putting into, because I was first one in, last one out. I did all my duties, and then I helped everyone else out the kitchen. I helped the chefs what they needed, and then once I helped them out, I would go to the servers. What else do you need? I would go to the host. What do you need? All that stuff, yada yada yada, et cetera, et cetera.
Just hustling, yeah.
Big time, you know what I mean? Because I come from a family of hustlers, so my boss finally had that recognition. He seen it. And once he saw that, he told me, all right, so I seen you putting in work. So what do you want to do? Like, I want to give you a promotion. What do you want to do? I told him, whatever it is, not taking out the trash. Just give me any open position. And he said, do you want to be teppanyaki chef? I said, Let's go.
And this is at Kunisama?
No, this was at Takumi's on Shaw and Valentine. So that's
Okay.
where I started. But that's how I had my whole opportunity of becoming a chef. And it wasn't because like my dad did it. I just did it because it was the next open position. So I just took that opportunity.
It just fell on you.
Yeah,
And
I
you
just
went with it.
ran with it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And trust me, when I first started doing teppanyaki or just cooking in general, I was terrible. I was mad terrible. Like I didn't have the skills. And it's funny because I come from a family of cooks and chefs. But like I said, my mind was just so in place. Like I just didn't want to be like my dad. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to paint my own picture.
So the talent didn't necessarily come from your dad. Genetically, it came from you just trial and error, wanting more for yourself, wanting to push through boundaries, break boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
And so for those of you guys who don't know, Eddie actually, so he's worked at a ton of restaurants here in Fresno. He's worked at Benediction, I believe,
Bing,
Kunisama,
Bao,
and what's the other one?
Chef Paul's Cafe,
Chef Paul's Cafe. So
Chinatown.
They do the fried chicken and everything, old school Southern dining. So a lot of experience, really cool. My Guy Market, it's a newer concept for Fresno. They're doing East Coast style sandwiches. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Before I do, I just wanted to touch on. So your dad, what restaurants did he work out in Fresno area? So
he was from there. I can remember he worked at Japanese Kitchen, and then he went to Iruya, and then he went to Tokyo Steakhouse, and then he went to Sakanaya, and then Yoshino's too. He was a big part of Yoshino's. He played a big part of like Sakura Chaya and all that stuff. But like the big main teppanyaki places.
And these are big names in the Fresno area. Those are not small names.
Yeah,
I mean, all of them.
But that's where he all started and all that stuff. And I remember being a kid and just watching him do his thing and putting in work in all those restaurants, going behind the scenes and seeing how he gets down and all of that. So, I mean, even though I wasn't, not technically inspired from what he did, but I inspired the fact that my dad really worked hard to get where he got to get to. And, I mean, he wasn't just no regular schmegler, too. Like, he was the head honcho.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he knew how to run the restaurant. He knew the ins and outs and all of that stuff. So, that's why those restaurants had to tell my dad, yo, tap in over here. Like, we would love for your help or anything like that.
Get them on their feet and
exactly
move forward.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's safe to say he's a legend in the Fresno area in the food scene, but not only food scene, but more specifically the teppanyaki field itself.
Big time, for sure.
So,
that's crazy.
So we'll get back into My Guy Market. I just want to touch on that because I think that's so cool. So you kind of followed his footsteps, but not intentionally. It kind of just fell on you.
It just
So let's talk about My Guy Market. So you have a business partner that kind of lent you an idea for chopped cheese.
Yeah.
And I understand you went over there to have a whole kind of experience to get that started in Fresno. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So my business partner was the one that actually had the whole idea and the whole vision for me. Technically, like I guess he saw the chopped cheese and he's like, oh, this is definitely something that Eddie can do. So he laid that whole idea onto me, and just like everybody else in Fresno, I was the same one, like just like everyone else, like, what's a chopped cheese? So, you know, he gave me the little info, the whole rundown on it and all that stuff. And then once I kind of got accumulated to what he was trying to like put onto me about the whole idea, I said, all right, cool, well, let's run it. So, but to make the experience and to make just kind of to make everything like legit, we actually went to New York. We traveled out to New York for a week, and we traveled through the boroughs, and we went to the bodegas. We went to the locals. We didn't go to no Times Square.
You went to
you know what I mean?
People
like
live, New York.
we went to like none of the touristy kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So we went to the bodegas. We talked to all the Yemenis people that run it and all that stuff, and we just kind of see how they got down and just kind of analyze how they make the sandwiches. We had like 20 plus sandwiches in one day, just to try them out from all different types of corners all over through New York City.
Just educating yourself, just kind of getting
pretty
yourself
much,
familiar with the culture, the food.
Pretty much just get to know the people, just because I really want to get the chopped cheese down to the T.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna try that in a minute. I got a couple of these right here.
Come on now.
So what's the chopped cheese for our viewers if they don't know?
So the chopped cheese is basically, it's a burger and a sandwich. That's all it is. It's just a chopped up ground beef patty with sauteed onions, and then we lay it on toasted bread on a French roll. On a French roll, lettuce, tomato, and then we have our My Guy sauce, which is basically like, ketchup and mayo and all that.
Nice.
Very similar. It's simple to the T, straight to it, all of that. That's it.
Simple American food.
That's it.
Wrapped up in a sandwich.
Yes, sir. Correct.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try one of these right now.
Yeah, try it.
Right here.
So that one right there.
This is actually my first time trying one of these. I went to the East Coast and I missed out. I didn't.
And it's already cut too, so don't even worry about it. So maybe if you want to do it like, with the camera right there, you want to go ahead and
do a
just
little cross shot.
rip that shorty open.
We'll
you know what I mean?
See if I can get that right here.
Oh, that zoom in. Let's go. I like that.
See that right here? We got.
Oh my.
We got that ground beef right here. We got the onions.
Okay. Let me get this for you too, bro. You look like you about to eat the paper too. You know what I'm saying? So let me.
Oh yeah, we don't want to eat that paper.
Yeah. That bite right there. That's the bite right there.
That's the money bite right there.
Don't be afraid, man.
Right,
get crazy with it. I know you got a nice shirt, but
that's all right.
That's your napkin right there.
That's it.
No, that's a bite. Oh. Okay.
Okay. You got the bun. It's a nice soft bun.
There you go. We like our buns
American
nice
cheese.
and soft. You know,
you gotta have that American cheese. You gotta do American on something like this.
Now.
Good beef, onions. It's got that kick, but not too much.
The chopped cherry peppers.
That sauce.
We got bacon in there too.
That
as
sauce
well.
is that classic. This is good. It's really good.
You're making me hungry. But those of you guys watching out there while he's taking care of his little bites, everything like that, My Guy Market, we have our own app. You can look us up on the App Store. You can look us up on Google Play. Tap in, and once you download the app, you got to make sure you log in and register for our profile. And then once you get the payment info in there, everything else is all said and done. We have different types of varieties of items. We have our sandwiches, obviously. We have our exotic drinks. We have our exotic chips. And we got convenience items such as toilet paper, because, when things get serious in the kitchen, you need that toilet paper right after, you know what I'm saying? And then we got other things like Excedrin. So when you have a hangover, you can get yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese and get some Excedrin at the same time. So you make sure we take care of that hangover. That's a hangover remedy right there. And then we got other things too. We got like paint markers for the street artists and all that stuff. We got what else we got? We got other things too. Oh, we got condoms as well, because we got to make sure you got to protect yourself at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
This is Fresno.
You got to get the 5 C's. The 5 C combos is the chopped cheese, the cactus cooler drink, and the condoms. You know what I mean? The all in one. So what are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? That's how we get down with it. My Guy Market. Come on, man.
So you mentioned the markers. Now the markers, I want to touch base on that because Eddie's a very big Fresno supporter. Big Fresno supporter. When I watched that interview with you on All Aces,
you see the Grizzlies logo right here.
He went this far. Look at this.
Come on now, the Fresno Grizzlies. Come on,
right
man.
on his leg.
What are we doing?
No, I love it, and I love how big you are in the community, building the community up here. I'm very like-minded with you on that way because I see big potential for Fresno.
Big time.
There's been so much history here, rich history that a lot of people don't even know about.
Exactly.
Here in Fresno.
Yeah.
And I try to tell friends from out of the area they've never even been here, like Fresno has got so much rich history and so much going on for it. It's just not highlighted, and that's what I'm trying to do.
And we play such a big part in the whole world when it comes to the agriculture. When I was in New York, I went to Chinatown. It was probably around like midnight. Me and my business partner were kind of walking the streets late at night. We had like a bottle of Hennessy and some tequila. But we were just out there, and I was rocking my Fresno State starter jacket. Gotta let people where I come from, what I represent. But we were going through a fruit stand, and then my business partner noticed something. And he's like, "Hey, bro, look at it." And I looked at it, and I looked closely, and what did it say? It was it was just like this little fruit stand. It had the logo. It was very cute. You know what I mean? It had like the little dinosaur and everything like that. But what it said in the little area, it said where it came from. It said distributed in Kingsburg, California, Central Valley. And he said, and saw the area code. It said 559. And I'm in New York, Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
We got the best stuff going left and right.
Like, of course. Like, I'm not. I wouldn't probably want to do the fruits and the vegetables over there because we have the best. We have everything fresh here. So we play a big part in all of that stuff, and that's what people don't understand or recognize to see. Like you said, we have a lot of rich history here, and it's really dope history. I'm not even from here, but I really appreciate it so much because Fresno built up to the person I am today.
Yep.
And I give it all to Fresno for making me the person who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I could have went back to Spain because we came here for a vacation, but we didn't. But my pop said, this is the place where I want to raise my family. And we could have went back, and I could have been a completely different person.
Right.
This conversation would never even happen if we went back.
The whole trajectory,
you know what I'm
been
saying? Like,
yeah.
I think about that all the time, but not all the time because I like where my life is at. I like where I come from. We don't have much like LA or San Fran or New York or all that, but we have a city here, and we just gotta appreciate what we have here. You know what I mean? Because we could live. I lived in Oklahoma for 6 months. I lived in a very small town in Oklahoma, and it makes me appreciate what we have here in Fresno because the city I was at in Oklahoma did not have a lot of things that Fresno had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
just put things in perspective.
you got to,
Yeah.
you know? Like, of course we want the nice buildings and, like, the cool stuff here and there, but that's what we're doing. We're building.
We're developing our community.
Yeah, big time. We're developing. We're making things happen, all that stuff, and you just got to appreciate what we have right now because once you support and you appreciate all the things that's going on in Fresno, then things start to grow and start to bloom and start to blossom and all that stuff. People are barely catching on to the things that we've been doing for years. Yep. Like the Art Hub, the events, Fresh Justice coming up this upcoming Saturday. Like, we've been a part of it. You know, I was living in downtown before the Fresno, Fulton Street. It was Fulton Mall. And when I was living up in North Fresno, like a River Park area, I was still coming to downtown for the events and all that stuff. Because I love what we're doing and what we're building up to. I could just talk about this all day.
No, I see eye to eye with you 100%. And I live in Lemoore right now. But ever since I've lived in the Valley the past decade, I've always made a note to come up to Fresno, to get involved in the community, support these local events, and just kind of find out more about the history and the people. And the food, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just cool seeing it all develop over the past 10 years because there's been so much upgrade in the past just 10 years.
Yeah, big time.
You know, Fresno gets a bad rap, I think.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's changing. You know, there's big change going
on.
Like,
I don't get it because people talk negative about the city, but no matter what, they act like all these other big cities that's bigger than us are the perfect places to be at when... Everywhere, it's yin and yang. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. There's a balance to it. Yeah. But you're over here having the negativity rush over you more than you see the positive energy. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where the whole the trajectory of how people see Fresno because they see a lot of the negative more than the positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. But that's just everywhere. No matter what. Like, there's always going to be a lot of goods and there's always going to be a lot of bads. But that's just how the mindset works out here, I guess. So,
yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Mr. B stuff. So, you're a very giving person, and I love that. So, what inspired the giveaways and stuff like that you know, people were saying... going on to the Mr. Beast stuff and getting inspired with that.
More long, it was my business partner's idea. He just kind of texted me out of nowhere. He was just all like, "Hey, bro, I feel like we should give people money when they come through." So I was just like, "What the heck?" Like, I haven't had the opportunity to like write myself a check because everything goes back to the business, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, he just kind of gave me the whole little idea. But yeah, I mean, more than anything, it was just Mr. Beast. It was just dope just to have someone like Mr. Beast, I just give back so much, you know, and it's just really cool, and I just love what he's doing, and giving back to families, people, you know, people in need and all that stuff, and I've always been giving back, but I'm not like the type of person to put it on camera or nothing like that, because I do it for the sole purpose of my heart, you know what I mean, because that's real soul food for me. Like, I know I worked at Chef Paul's for soul food, but real soul food for me is giving back to people or just helping people out in general, because I'm a giving person, and I care for other people, so, that whole idea, but once that whole idea that we're giving away money, business freaking skyrocketed. It was insane. Had the best day in the kitchen when we announced that we were giving away money. It was crazy. Like the first once we announced that we're giving away money, the next 2 weeks were just insane, and like numbers just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. So I mean, yeah, I could give away food or this and that, but I mean, people need money regardless, whether it's for bills, gas money, or feeding their kids, or feeding themselves.
Always.
So it's cool. So like, yeah,
right
here's $100 or here's $50. Do whatever you want to do with it, whatever would make you happy and all that stuff. Money can't really buy happiness and all that, but you know, it does help out. You know what I mean? It can't buy happiness, but it does help out.
It helps out. It gives options.
And yeah, and it's just cool too because like, there's certain customers who I give money to, who I choose. All right, here's $50. Boom. The best thing about that is the fact that they're like, you know what? I don't need this. Give it to the next person. You know, like they could be like, all right, cool, I'll take it. No, they're like, you know what? Here you go. I don't really need this. I'm good right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. But give it to the next person or someone that actually does need it.
Pass along.
That. Excuse my French, but that shit feels so good. That makes me like I'm not the only person. You know what I mean? I'm not the only person who's giving back. You know, this person could be like, all right, cool, whatever, boom, gone.
Yeah.
But no, like here, give it to the next person. I know this person probably needs it more than I do. That right there, and getting that on camera just to show people there's good people here in Fresno. It's not just me. There's a big community of people that look out for each other. You can't spell community without unity. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what it is. And that's what we're putting on. And that's the kind of content that needs to be shown for people of Fresno because our own people don't see it. Yeah. Our own people of Fresno don't understand what we're trying to portray out there. So we got to show these people for ourselves and show like, yeah, there's good people around you. You just don't know it because you want to assume things. You want to judge a book by the cover and all of that stuff. Why would you? You know, like get to know the person. Yeah. Because people don't know. I mean, look at me. You know, what I mean, like I'm wearing. This is my work clothes right here. Yeah. I'm not trying to, but like, there's people that dress like you, and there's people that dress like me. You know what I mean? And when we go out to the room or go out somewhere, people are gonna be like, that guy right there, he looks very sharp and dressed nicely. I bet he runs a business. But I don't know about that guy who works right there. He probably works out at McDonald's or whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You know what I mean? But I'm just like using it for example and all that stuff. But hey, newsflash, buddy, I actually do run a business, and I actually give back to my peoples because I appreciate the people that support my guy market. I really appreciate all the love that's been given back, and it makes me show that there's good people here. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like,
you got a lot going on, man. I mean, and like you're saying, with a lot of the light being shined on the negative and stuff like that, it's just like if it, like it's always been, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. You know what I mean?
I like that.
It's That's very true. You know, you watch the news and it's just negative. They're never shining light on things that are going on. Very rarely.
Yeah. Very rarely for sure. But those are the kind of things that get overshadowed because of all the other things going on, all that stuff. Yeah. So,
well, that's cool. You're helping that, and I really like that about you. I want to talk about.
He's a good guy right here. Oh. What a great guy.
I want to talk
That's
about
my guy. Fly guy, my guy.
My
right
guy,
here.
fly guy. I want to talk about the sandwiches a little bit more. I'm going to try this breakfast sandwich you got right here. So this is the
jive turkey right here. This is for the Muslim and the halal people, the people that don't eat bacon, because like I said, everybody got to eat.
Everybody,
you know what I mean?
Eat.
And a lot of people don't eat bacon.
So we
make sure we take care of you guys.
Get a cross shot on this right here. So we got the turkey bacon, right? Mm-hmm. Turkey bacon, egg, cheese, same bun, same cheese.
Okay.
Nice egg. All right. I got the sauce in here. What's the sauce on this again?
So it's we use a Filipino spicy banana sauce.
Spicy
right
banana
from
sauce.
The islands.
Okay, so it's a little.
You gotta have like a different taste palette, all that stuff. Oh my god, that bite!
Mm.
Oh my.
Okay. Fluffy egg.
Yeah.
I didn't get the bacon. Let me get the bacon right here.
All right, there you go. Boom. That's it. And healthy too. Healthy alternative, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, with that banana sauce.
All right, this is my sandwich right here though. This is what I got. I got my sandwich at Piemonte's. I got the prosciutto.
Don't let the shirt fool you. I can eat.
Yeah, I got the shout out to Piemonte's, the best sandwiches in town.
They're down here.
Way better than my guy Market. I'll tell you guys that right now.
Oh yeah.
It's not a competition, all right. We support everyone and everybody in the community, all right. No crabs in the bucket. We all want to shine. We want to make sure we all reach to the top. They say it's lonely at the top, so why not fill it up, all right? Stop playing with us. I got the prosciutto imported because, you know, we like to take it for him because I just got to take a bite. If you're going to eat, too, on camera, I got to make sure I eat, too. You know what I mean?
I want to see that cross shot in that sandwich. We'll cross-promote here. We'll cross-promote Piemonte's, Central Valley Foodies.
Come on now. All right, here we go.
My Guy Deli. My God Market.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've lived in Portland. I've lived in the Fresno area. Fresno's got some spots.
No, they really do.
The Valley's got some spots.
Yeah.
Piemonte is one of my favorites.
It is my favorite for sure. My favorite sandwich to get at Piemonte's, and I love Sam's Deli too. I've been going to Sam's Deli as a kid as well too, but Piemonte's is my personal favorite. And my favorite sandwich to get at Piemonte's is the New York style pastrami sandwich. Goes crazy. It goes ballistic, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you take a bite of that New York style sandwich pastrami, you're gonna shake your head every time, because I do. And if you don't shake your head when you take the bite, that means you don't appreciate good food. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree with that. You got to get the food reaction. I always get nervous with eating on camera. You know, I run the Central Valley Foodies page, and we got some guys in there that give some really good reviews. And I've just never been comfortable to eat on camera. Actually, until now, I think this is the first time I've done it. But
good.
I broke the cherry with you. I broke the cherry with the chopped cherry.
It ain't the first time.
Hey, so any plans for this year? You mentioned you do a lot of collabs with different guests and stuff like that. Any plans for this next year? Collaborations? I know you did South of Shaw Beer Company, and I saw that the pizza collaboration you guys did.
We definitely got a lot of collabs in place. For what I like to do for my collabs, a lot of small businesses are hitting me up to be involved with them and everything like that, and which is really dope. So if anyone out there is watching this, you run a small business and everything like that, you want to see yourself succeed a little bit more and everything like that, don't be afraid to come through a My Guy Market, cop yourself a chopped cheese, and if you got any questions or any advice that you want to be lead on to and all that stuff, like, you're more than welcome to pull up and get some advice from me, because I'm only 28 and my life's just barely getting started. So I would love to spread the knowledge that I have to the people out there. But for the collabs though, we got a good amount of like small business collabs and all that stuff. One thing I'm excited about, I don't know if he's watching right now, but my man Suju Juicery, he does juices and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
So he wants to get his party involved with the sandwiches. So it's gonna be like a dope little combo. Get a chopped cheese and some juices and all that stuff. But other than that, we have like we got other things going on, a lot of stuff like I can't really see on camera, because you just got to really just tap in with the My Guy Market app, tap into our social media and all that stuff, and you're going to see what the collabs that we got going on, because honestly, it makes me really excited, and it makes me want to like keep going.
Yeah, Eddie's got this app, which is really cool, and that was kind of inspired by COVID with the Ghost Kitchen, the concept and everything.
Correct.
That's really convenient, and I guess
shout out to Order Slip. Order Slip, a company here in Fresno. They're the ones that built our app. And I think they actually built an app for Noodle Express too, right down the street. They built an app for them too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. So
that's convenient.
Everything local, man. From the bread, from the meat. I mean, obviously like the produce and everything like that, the items and everything. But yeah, everything local, man. Straight up and down. Gotta let people know. Gotta let people recognize.
Self-support in our community, man.
All day.
That's good
Come
stuff,
on, man.
Hey, and then I love he even brings in just the attention to detail this guy's got with his concept. He brings in the East Coast cups that you see on all the movies, and it's just part of that culture.
You can see it in Men in Black.
It's on your hat right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually the pin.
See if you can zoom in with the...
And it actually says...
It's got that Greek-style writing.
That's a good zoom there.
Wait, is it this one?
That's how we zoom.
But you see it right here, you know what I mean? Okay. My Guy Market is dead ass delicious. Okay?
And then let's see your logo. If you could turn around, let's see your logo, friend. He's got a cool logo. His business partner came up with here.
This is actually the artist who did this right here. His name is Scott Taylor. He's actually from Atlanta. So he's the one that actually did that. Yeah, but my business partner found the dude, and we tapped in with him and all that stuff. That's just the thing, man. Like, it's just cool to actually have money in the revenue that we have, because we're not just doing it for ourselves. Like, the money goes strictly to our business, to our bills, and to whatever needs to be done. But when we do have some like extra layaway, we like to give back, give to the people, or we like to do things like make our own skateboard, or like have logos like this and all that stuff. Because like everything goes back to the business at the end of the day. So it's just really cool just to to wear this. I mean, it just feels so good. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god.
And then it's your own brand, and it's just fun
I mean,
stuff.
this hat too. This is actually my boy's hat. He goes by Carl Ramada, Ghost Slabs, and everything like that. Everything you see is just everything local, all day. I got these pants at the Valley. It's a shop in downtown Fresno. All that stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, my nails done by 10 Cent Nails. It's a little janky right now, but 10 Cent Nails is the one that does my nails and everything like that. I mean,
we got it all here.
We have it all here. We really do. It's just you got to find it, and if you really want to find it, like you'll go out of your way to find it. Well, like why drive 3 hours to LA or 2 hours to San Fran to get what you want to get when you can get it here?
This thing's sitting here getting. I just gotta get one more bite here.
Come on, man, please. Oh my gosh, dude. He's a monster.
No small bites.
Thank you.
It's more efficient to eat quick.
Yeah, I like it.
So my last question for you is, what advice would you give other entrepreneurs in the food scene in Fresno, or just in general?
My advice is just go all in on yourself. Just go 100%. Don't hold back. It may be a little scary, it may be a little nerve-wracking, but once you really go through the humps, the obstacles all in your way, just go for it. If you're really passionate on doing what you want to do to represent yourself, why not go for the gusto? Why not shoot for the stars? Why not go to the moon and back?
Yep.
Because everything's going to come back to you tenfold. I mean, before I did My Guy Market, I worked 3 jobs. Like I said, I worked at 3 jobs. I quit those 3 jobs. I went to Oklahoma for 6 months, came back to Fresno. I actually did a little small business, and it didn't work out. It failed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then after that, I did another job. And then after that job, I did another job. So I'm just bouncing around. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what am I really doing in my life? Like, what's really going on? And then I said, you know what? It's just time. I had my back against the wall, and I said, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just go all in on myself and see where it leads to. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have the most money in the world when I started My Guy Market. I literally had nothing in my bank account. You know, thankfully, like, I'm very grateful for my business partner and another source of fund that they put into me because they trusted me and they wanted me to succeed. And, you know, that feels really good that people are in my corner and want to help me win. And once they did that, there was no looking back. Right now, I'm still trying to pay them back because that's just what it is. Like when people give to you, you got to give back. You know what I mean? And just go for it. There ain't nothing wrong with failure, trials and errors. I mean,
it creates inspiration.
And then for me too, when I see people really doing the thing, whether it's like food or vendor-esque type things or running a business, like. All of those are inspiration to me to keep me going. So there's people out there who want to see you win, not just yourself, not just your family. There's a room full of supporters who want to see you win, and they're gonna make sure you reach to that level. But don't let all the success and all like the shine that you got from your business like really hold you back from where you first started to come from. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm very humbled. I know where I come from. When we did the collab with South of Shaw, I was helping them clean up tables, put away all these things and all that stuff. When I did the collab, when I hosted the event at Vibes, I helped them clean up the tables, get the dishes out there. Because I remember where I come from. You know what I mean? Yeah. I could be like, that's not my job. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. No.
And those are hard jobs.
Yeah. And I know where it comes from because I know the behind the scenes and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So. I mean, yeah, it's cool being on the Fresno Beat. It's cool being on KC24. It's cool, like, we're going to be on ABC 30 and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, like, I never forget where I come from, you know, and that comes from me. That comes from my parents moving, like, culturally changing from Laos to Spain and to the States, you know what I mean? I'll never forget that my brother and sister had to switch schools, like, from 17 to 18 years old, going to the States, not even knowing a lick of English. You know, like, my family went through a lot. You know what I mean? I went through a lot. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild bump. But for me to be here right now, like, I'm just very happy to be alive, to be at this moment right now, talking with you about my whole experience and all that stuff. And people forget about that because they want the materialistic shit. They want the money. They want the cars. They want the nice house. Of course we do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you got to remember who you see in the mirror, and that's you. Like, be happy that you actually get to wake up and see yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? And I'm very happy.
Your
and
story's incredible.
And
you know what, man? Your story's just beginning.
I'm telling you,
Your
like,
story's just beginning. My guy market.
the seed in the dirt is just barely sprouting, and here we
Yeah.
are now. And I'm just very blessed and very lucky to be where I'm at right now. And we're gonna see where it leads to. And I'm not stopping at all because there's a lot more groundwork. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, I was on the Fresno beat. Like, I was on the front. I used to be in the newspaper with Chef Paul when they're talking about, oh, Chef Paul, this and that, and I was in there, and then they didn't even put my name like on the paper. You know what I'm saying? But for me to get on the Fresno Bee with my logo and me on there representing, like, that's just a beautiful accomplishment right there. You know what I mean? And that right there, it still grounds me though, because I know there's a lot more work.
We got a lot.
Just
of work to do.
just because I got it right there, don't mean like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. Nah, it's a lot more things going on.
We
man.
both do. We've got a lot of work to do.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Just really like put it all in for yourself, and you know this is the beginning of what you're doing right here, and which is really dope. So keep going for it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're gonna start with like the 100 views, the 200, or like the 50, but you gotta be consistent. You gotta keep it going. You know what I mean? Don't let none of that hold you down. Like, if you're really passionate about this, you really want to let the people know what's up about our city, go for it. You know, you got the platform. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm rocking with you. You know where I'm at. You know what I mean? I just want to see you succeed, just like you want to see me succeed.
Yeah,
you
you
know
need
what I mean?
anything, man.
That's all it is,
We'll
bro.
get you back on here again.
Come on, man.
We'll eat more sandwiches. I want to try. So he's also got. He didn't mention. He's also got the hippie flip,
Yeah, for the vegans and the vegetarians.
and that's got mushrooms. 2 different types of mushrooms, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I did my research a little bit.
As you should.
So
Come
it's
on
got. I want to say it's got shiitake.
Mhm.
Okay, and what's the other?
Shiitake and gnocchi mushroom.
And gnocchi.
Yeah, Japanese-based mushrooms. There's
Okay, they're
nothing
Japanese-based
regular.
mushroom.
Everything is different in my guy market. Nothing regular at all. I mean, look at me. Definitely not your regular schmuck. I'll
Keeps
tell you
you
that
unique.
much.
Keeps you
all
unique.
day.
Well, is there anything else you want our viewers to know? Go on here.
Yeah. Don't ever be afraid to be yourself, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Don't ever. Like, forget about what people say about you or anything like that. Just be yourself, and I promise you life will be way easier to ride on this wave, you know what I mean? And I've been like that for the past 10 years, and here I am now, you know what I mean? And yeah, you are beautiful for who you are and how you are and all that stuff. God or whoever your creator is made you for the way how you are because they wanted to be like that, okay? Embrace who you are, cherish yourself, and always be nice to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my brother, and rest in peace to him, Bryson Ferguson. Be nice to everybody, all right? So that's what it is. My Guy Market. This is us, Central Valley Foodies. You got my man Jordan right here. You know where we're at with it. Tap in with us all day. You never know what you're gonna get at My Guy Market, babe. You might win some AirPods. You might win a TV. You might win a skateboard, or you might just have a hug from me. You know what I mean? Because I love hugs. So that's where we're at with it. Jordan, take it away.
All right, man. Well, it's nice to have you. Take it easy.
And we gone and we out.
We're done.
Peace.
That went good.
Pretty well?
I think that went good.